Today I have a washing machine issue that perhaps affects you as well. Does your washer not fill the tub to the level on the water level selector, or perhaps it overfills and won't stop? As you can see, this machine has filled with water equal to a small load, so what's the problem? Well, the problem is this. The water level selector is set for Super Plus, not small. But I'll show you how I fixed it, so let's get after it. Pretend for a moment that the pressure switch, which lives behind the water level selector knob, has been removed from the console and is positioned here at the end of this long clear tube. When the water is at a low level in the tub, a certain degree of pressure is forced downward inside the tube and as a result upward toward the pressure switch. Additionally, when the water level increases, the degree of pressure downward increases inside the tube and upwards toward the pressure switch. If the switch functions normally, it knows when to shut off the water. But how does the switch work? Well, let me show you. If I take this water pressure switch apart, you'll immediately note two things. One, this half contains the electrical contacts that, when pressed together, cause the circuit to close and direct the water to run or not. Secondly, this half contains a rubber diaphragm. The pressure inside the clear tube dictates how deep this blue pin is forced into the center hole on the electrical side, causing the contacts to close. This diaphragm is probably not holding pressure. Turning the water level knob affects how deep this white sleeve slides inward to close the contacts, and it's based on the different depths of indentions on this red colored dial. The more shallow the indention on the dial, meaning a large load, the deeper the white sleeve is pressed inward. It then takes more pressure inside the clear tube to press the diaphragm backwards, break the circuit, and stop the water flow. This is our replacement pressure switch. I purchased this switch used from a seller who stated that it had been tested successfully and who accepted returns. Although it wasn't needed, it came with a selector knob and the seller even left the electrical connector attached, just in case. Let's begin this switch replacement by unplugging the washer. The console needs to be popped loose from the washer cover, and there are two ways to accomplish this. Using method 1, I break out the wet wipes to act as a scratch guard for my putty knife. Slide the knife under the bottom corner of the console until you feel resistance from the clip. Press inward carefully until you feel the clip release, like this. Press backwards on the top of the console. Pull out the putty knife while attempting to place a finger on the clip to prevent it from falling out. The clips have a tendency to pop off using this method and can fall down into places where they are hard to find. Take it from me. Repeat for the other side. Lift both sides of the console and pull forward to release the hooked plastic tabs from their receptacles shown here. Using method 2, begin by lifting the lid and pressing the agitator toward the side you wish to work on. Work your hand downward and back up and use your finger to release the clip by pressing here at the rear. Before tilting the console backwards, remove the water lever knob as shown. Again, carefully pull the console forward, then tilt slowly backwards. Be aware not to put undue pressure on the wires. Shown here is the clear plastic tube illustrated earlier. Twist and pull to remove. Before replacing your pressure switch, it may be noted that some tubes can become clogged, causing symptoms of a bad switch. You may wish to try this trick. Clean off the end of the tube and blow through it. If the tube is unclogged, you should hear the sound of air coming out the other end, like this. Continuing on with the replacement, take a flat-bladed screwdriver or equivalent and lift the tab shown here. Then twist the pressure switch counterclockwise 45 degrees and remove. Pull straight out on the electrical connector. Note the two detents that prevent the connector from being reinserted incorrectly. Discard the bad switch. With the good switch in hand, insert the electrical connection. Listen for the click. Shown here, you can see the plastic is molded at a 45-degree angle. Insert the switch into the square console slot like this, with the tube receptacle pointed upwards. Then turn clockwise until the white plastic arm on the rear of the switch locks into place. Next, replace the pressure tube here. Brace the switch while applying pressure on the tube. Now the console can be pivoted back into place. Remember, these hooked plastic tabs need to go in first on either side. Next, press downward on the front clips until you hear them snap into place. You may wish to hold off on this part until after testing the new pressure switch. Align the flat spots and replace the water level knob. In my case, I'm going to turn it up to Super Plus water level again. Plug in the washer. And pull out on the wash type selector knob to begin the test. I've sped up this video 7 times normal. If my repair fixed the issue, the water should stop at this mark inside the tub, which indicates the Super Plus water level. Looks good, and this project is complete.